Hey everybody, welcome back to the Engadget stage. We're live here at CES. My name's James True. Today I am joined by, well, a couple of guys here, so we'll do some introductions. We got Dave Thompson from AudioFly. Say hello.
Good afternoon.
Hello, and this guy we got here, your name is Tiesto, is that right?
My name is Tiesto.
So I think I may have heard of you. I think I may have seen your face on a couple of buildings in Vegas. Is that right?
Yeah, that's me. Yeah.
Okay, so let's start off. Explain to people why you guys are here right now.
We're here right now to promote my new headphone line, which I developed together with Dave from AudioFly.
And so I heard there's a little bit of a story about how you guys came together. Is that true? You want to share a little bit of information about that?
Yeah, sure. You want to start off, or?
Well, so AudioFly is a relatively new company. We've been selling products, headphones for about 2.5 years now, 3 years. And we got an email out of the blue one day from Tiesto's management, just sort of inquiring about what we were doing. And, you know, we had some good buzz about what our products were. And, yeah, Tiesto wanted to have a look at a bit further into AudioFly and what we could do together. So we sent out some samples to him, and he was quite excited about what the products were and how they sounded. And the rest is history.
So, like, before we get to why you guys contacted AudioFly, when you started it a couple of years ago, you were saying, what was your sort of reason for starting the company? Obviously, there's lots of headphone companies out there already, busy market. You seem like a sort of young guy. Is this the sort of business you wanted to go into, or tell us about that?
Yeah, look, I guess I've always been in consumer electronics, you know, down in Australia where I'm from, worked in the cell phone industry for a long time, and just always making product, making things, been a little bit obsessed about products, you know, from my whole kind of commercial life. And I wanted to get back to music, so for me, music's a really important part of my life. I play guitar, I gig, and you know, headphones was a good fit through avenues that I had and different opportunities. So we started AudioFly 2011, and you know, the desire with AudioFly was to really create a brand that was tapping into musicians' lifestyle and representing good sound according to what a musician would want, you know, in a headphone. So we were focusing on, you know, well-balanced sound, not too bass heavy, but we all love bass. You know, bass is great, but we wanted to really represent mid-range frequencies in a great way as well, to create a headphone that really articulated music in a nice way. So,
Dave said that we all like bass. Do you like bass?
I love bass.
Pretty
of
sure
course.
you do, right?
I like the kick drum.
Of all the headphone companies, you find yourself with AudioFly. So tell us how that relationship's been going for you on your side.
Yeah, it was great. I was very impressed with the headphones, of course. And then I had a meeting with Dave. And we got along so well, and I saw his passion he has for the headphones. And I have a lot of passion for music, obviously. And I wanted to develop a headphone that represents me and that's great for EDM music. So, and I saw Dave, how detailed he worked, and he's a perfectionist like me. So that's why we worked together on this so well and came up with an excellent product.
So, of course, being someone in the public eye associated with music, you probably get like the pick of, you probably get companies approaching you for sort of collaboration sponsorships all the time, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So how does it work? Like, you're like more involved. This is not just like a face to put to the brand, right? You're actually involved.
No, I'm really involved with the headphones. We really talked about everything, every detail of the headphones, the packaging, the colors. You know, it's all representing my life, my club life. You know, club life stands for, it's a lifestyle. So it's not about just the music, it's how it looks, how it feels, the whole experience, and that's what we're representing here.
So, I mean, it's really good to, it's very easy, sorry, to talk about, oh, you know, we want to represent dance music and we've got club life and these sort of things, but when a customer comes to thinking about buying headphones, for example, what does that really mean to them? So what are they getting that's different when they buy AudioFly that they can't get from, say, a Beats product or something like this?
well, look, we, you know, when we started the brand, we were looking at, you know, key consumer drivers and what was driving people to buy headphones. And, you know, what we sort of found was that there was people who wanted style, and then people who really wanted the audio quality side of thing. And we, you know, we wanted to kind of come in the middle, and, you know, we like style, we like good-looking things, but back it up with, you know, amazing sound quality. So I think with, where we came together was quite a fun process where we were able to really dissect the products, dissect the Club Life brand as well, and delve into the lifestyle elements of, Tiesto and what he represents to the EDM market. So these products really have been created with that viewpoint in mind.
Because it's interesting, given what you do for a living. What's your official job title? What would you tell your parents that you do?
DJ producer, I guess. Yeah.
So, which makes me wonder why you didn't go for perhaps an obvious solution by doing a DJ or a producer style headphone over the ear, on ear, something like this. Is this something you considered?
Well, what I like about this is you can use it everywhere. I have a professional line, but this is only for in the studio or on stage. This is a lifestyle. This is for when I go out running or when I travel in the plane. So that's why I developed this one. It's more really representing club life. And
to give people an idea of how much do these are existing models, new models at CES?
Yeah, correct. So this year we've been dialing these products. We have 3 different price points here. So at the entry point is the Paradise, which is an amazing headphone. In reviews, this has sort of been compared with like $100 products. But for $30, it's a fun product. It's got a glow-in-the-dark cable. And the sound, it's a really fun product to listen to when you're commuting or through your iPhone. The middle product, the Maximal, retails for $60. And that's just got a slightly larger speaker in it, a little bit more detail in the design of the product and componentry. We've got our braided cable on here, which is actually made with a Cordura nylon. So it's a high tenacity nylon. It's a bit techy, but it's fabric that was developed for parachutes in World War II. So it's quite a strong fabric, and we work with Cordura exclusively to make these cables that are really burly and strong and durable. So the Maximal has that cable. And then we moved to the Adagio, which is $150, and that's a dual driver. So it's the premium product in the line. And
that's the one you want, right?
It's the one you want, yeah. If you're going to a festival or a party, that's the one you want to wear. But this is
all 3 of them.
Yeah,
I see you going.
I like where you're going with that. But this is a great sound, and one thing AudioFly has sort of become a bit known for in the last few years is our hybrid speaker, our hybrid headphones. So when we're
for what? Sorry.
Our hybrid headphones. So when we're combining 2 different types of speaker technologies, we've got dynamic drivers and balanced armature drivers. So they're 2 different speaker technologies. One was created for hearing aids, and one was, dynamic drivers are like a staple of the headphone industry, and they have more of a warmer sound, whereas your balanced armature drivers are just a little bit more clean and pristine. And they work really well together. So we've worked with Tiesto on the sound of these. We've dialed them to his liking so that they represent dance music in a really cool way. So,
and we kind of touched on it very quickly already, but I want to sort of come back to it again because I think it's kind of a hot topic this year, especially when some very high-profile headphone news this year. Obviously, with the Beats acquisition, was kind of a really, really big deal for the industry because I think more than just the fact that it was a lot of money, I think it represents the headphones and celebrity involvement in headphones is starting to be taken seriously. Do you think is that something you? How's that affected your business? Is something you thought about? What effect has a big deal like this had on like AudioFly and your relationship?
Not that much actually. I mean, I just want to create a line that I can stand behind and be proud of, and that represents what I stand for, and that's like a way of living, the way I live my life. It's a very fast life and always on the move, and always listening to music 24/7. So, and that's what these are perfect for.
But maybe you, Dave, more on the business side. Is it at least is it the sort of thing where it gives you like an idea of this is something that can definitely work? It's a business I can grow, or is it the opposite? Maybe it's like we've had the apex moment. How do you feel?
Look, it's all good. The market is growing. It's still growing, and 2012, 2013 saw some incredible growth in the headphone space. With the Apple acquisition of Beats, it's only a good thing. Companies like us have a lot to thank those companies for because really grown the awareness of the headphone industry. You know, headphones have gone from being an accessory to a kind of a commodity, and it's opened the market wide open. You know, we're seeing average spend of a headphone higher now, so you know, people are spending more on headphones, which is, I guess, indication that people are a bit more dialed into quality. You know, and I think we're going to start to see a lot more quality sound coming through. People really brands really defining their sound stage. And it's all good because consumers are becoming more and more aware of what headphones can do to enhance their experience.
I mean, it's interesting you say that because another thing that seems to be a trend this year, or not this year so much, but it's a trend that's, I wouldn't say coming up, I would say coming back, which is an interest in audio fidelity. So there was like I think fair to say like a period when headphones were, like you say, they were very commoditized, and it was all sort of colors, brands, corporate tie-ins, this sort of thing. Less sort of interest on the actual quality of them per se. It was all more about looking cool, right? But these days, I think it seems to be coming back. And how does that sort of affect you guys when you've got to think about some people are still listening on MP3s that sound terrible, right? And you've got to make a headphone that works for them. Whereas some people also want to have their FLAC and their uncompressed audio. Do you think people are trying to enjoy music more now?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Yeah, like I said earlier, people are really dialed into great quality solutions. So, you know, we're getting iTunes Plus and all these sort of premium options coming out. And there's a lot of new sources on the internet where you can get premium files and, you know, even the resurgence of vinyl. I heard a statistic the other day that I think vinyl outsold CDs in America.
Right, that's another thing. I mean, maybe this is something you can relate to as well. I mean, I'm sure there was a time when you were lugging 30 kilos of vinyl into clubs and something like this.
Yeah.
And I guess you're pretty keen to get back to doing that, right?
No, really, no.
No?
But I want the sound quality back that we had back then. And then back then when you listen to music, you had to sit down for it. But now everything's on the go. Life is so fast nowadays. But you still want to have the quality access. And that's why it's so great that we have this product now.
So you're a music producer as well. Music production is something you spend a lot of time doing. So you know the opposite side of like when it comes to making a tune, you want to make it so it sounds good, obviously when you play it out, but also that it sounds good to the listener, right? And that's kind of like a dark art unto itself. I mean, at least for non-music professionals like myself. Is that something that you think is also responsible for like poor quality in music for a couple of years? But like people making music at home, you know, club wannabe DJs and stuff like this.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot easier nowadays to make music. You know, with all the programs. You know, for $150, $200, you have a great program, and you can make hits. Like guys like Avicii made his first hits on the FL Studio, which is a $200 program. So I think that's great that people can be so creative nowadays, and anybody can make music, and that's a great thing. But in the end, the quality will always stand out, though, and that's what you see in the real quality songs will always stand out, and you will hear that on the headphones.
So do you think that technology, I mean, this is to both of you really, that it kind of, what's the word, the democratization of music production or music listening it has positives and negatives, right? So the fact that someone can make a tune in their bedroom, they can DJ it out that night, it's amazing, right? No more dub plates, no more cutting, you know, all this sort of thing where you have to go down to, if you want to play an exclusive tune, you're going to have to go to a cutting house and pay money, and, you know, you can play it out that night. That's great, right? But do you think it can have a detrimental effect as well?
Yeah, there's definitely the side effect on that. But there's a lot of copying going on right now. Somebody has an original track, it's not even released yet, and there's already 10 copies online. People reproduce each other's songs and they use the same setup. So that's the only thing. As an overflow of music. Yeah, that's true.
And what about you, Dave? Perhaps more as a consumer, but it's still involved in the industry.
Yeah, I mean, I think I know a lot of people producing music in in-home studios. You know, we all know that there's been a massive shift from big studios to small home studios. It's become a really accessible thing, and I think headphones play a pretty important part of that. You know, a lot of people are mixing and engineering on headphones. So when the gears become cheaper, headphones also have become cheaper. And sorry, I'm getting my mic. You know, it's important that headphones across the board can actually represent music properly and accurately, because if you get a bass-heavy headphone that doesn't really represent other frequencies that well, then it's going to affect home studio mixing and the ultimate end result. So we've seen that a bit, and I'm starting to see more people within our circles who are more tuned into, wanting reference quality, whether they're monitors or cans or whatever, for their home studios. People are becoming more aware of that.
And speaking more broadly about music consumption, this probably affects you a little bit more than, well, anyone in this room really. That stuff like Spotify, it's a whole world away from what we had when you were playing vinyl records, right? Yeah. So people had to go into the local record shop and pick out their tunes, listen to them, stuff like this, pay good money for them, and now people kind of expect to pay a couple of bucks a month and get the whole shebang, right? I guess your music is on most of these services.
Yeah, my music is also on Spotify, on everything. But I think it's just the modern movement, and the music scene has changed. The way people perceive music has changed as well, and this is the way it is nowadays. Everything, it's like I said before, everything is fast and quick, and the attention span is a lot shorter. Even to make an album nowadays, it hardly makes any sense anymore. People just want to hear one song, two songs. They don't even have the time or take the time to listen to a whole album.
Although that's interesting you said that, because obviously it's true, especially with electronic styles, it's a very single-based sort of music. But I've seen certain artists, maybe that I listen to, dance music artists, that are actually getting back into the album format as well, like some maybe harder styles. Do you think it's appealing to them because it's something different for them? They never got to make an album the first time around. Yeah,
and I think if you're an artist, you still want to create something special. I mean, that's why I still make albums, because I want to create like the whole thing and not just be a little on a single market. I think if you make an album, you can express a lot more in your creativity.
And what about live performance? That's a big deal for you, right? That's big business nowadays. It's always been a very important part of the music, but with stuff like Mysteryland and these sort of mega festivals, do you think it's like a new appetite for live performance?
Yeah, it's great nowadays that you can go to the EDC festival here in Las Vegas, and basically every DJ in the world is playing there. So it's a 3-day festival, and everybody's gathering together. It's like the biggest dance lovers and the DJs, and it's an amazing combination, I think.
When are you playing next?
I'm playing this Friday in Hakkasan here.
So you can hook us up, right?
Yeah, everybody on the guest list.
Oh, everyone, right? You all heard that, right? Everyone's on the guest list this Friday, just as Tiesto's guest list, right?
Yes.
I'm not sure that is a binding contract. So, and Dave, finally, what's coming up next for AudioFly 2015? We're here.
Well, 2015 is going to be a huge year. Obviously, with Tiesto and Club Life headphones, it's a big focus for us. We have some other products that we're doing within AudioFly as well. We've released our first set of overhead headphones, which is a big thing for us. Big development project, taking us a couple of years to really, get it right, get the look and feel down. We're excited about that. Club Life headphones is a major part of what we're doing, and we're pretty excited with some of the things that we're planning together. So. Yeah.
Okay, so it's going to be a busy year for both of you guys?
Yeah, it's going to be our biggest year ever.
And the next year going to be the biggest one again, or is this?
Yeah, I always go bigger every year.
Okay, I like it. Okay, good.
This man always outdoes himself. He's like,
what?
You could never go backwards.
No, only ways up.
Okay, excellent. Well, I will see you on Friday. Thanks for joining us. And
thank you very much.
Join us in about 10 minutes, where we'll have another Editor's Choice.